In this video, we are going to see the basic laws of indices, which is also called as exponents. It has 6 basic laws. The first one is a raised to m times a raised to n will be given as a raised to m plus n. Here a is called as a base, and m and n are called the indices, the powers, or the exponents. These are all the names given to m and n. Now what happens here is we have to check whether the bases are same or not. So the bases are same, there is a product in between them. In this case we have to write the same base and the powers get added, that is m plus n. Let me show you an example here. 2 raised to 3 times 2 raised to 2. We have to check the bases first. Are the bases same? Yes. So we are going to write the same base here. And is there a multiplication? Is there a product in between? Yes. So the powers, that is 3 and 2, have to be added together, giving you 2 raised to 5. If you are asked to simplify this power, what we are going to do is 2 raised to 5 means 2 should be multiplied with itself 5 times, giving you an answer of 32. Let us take one more example. I will be taking negative powers here. So 3 raised to negative 2 times 3 raised to negative 1. In this case, I have to again check whether the bases are same or not. Yes, the bases are same, that is 3. So I am just going to add the powers. Negative 2 added with a negative 1. It simplifies as 3 raised to the power of negative 2 and negative 1 and gives you 3 raised to power of negative 3. You can keep it as it is, 3 raised to negative 3. This was the first law, where a product is involved. The second law holds for division. Let me show you that. The second law involves division. I am going to use the same base, a raised to m divided by a raised to n. In this case, again the same thing, I am going to write the same base, whereas the powers now get subtracted. It becomes m minus n. This can be shown through an example again. Let me take 4 raised to the power of 3 over 4 raised to the power of 2. The bases are same, that is 4 in this case, and 3 minus 2. Because there is a division over here, I have to subtract the powers, giving me an answer of 4 to the power of 1. Or simply you can write it as 4. The third law states that a to the power of m raised to power of n simplifies as a raised to the power of m times n. So for example, if I write 2 to the power of 3 raised to the power of 2, it simplifies as 2 raised to the power of 3 times 2, giving you an answer of 2 to the power of 6. And if it has been asked to simplify, you can always write it as 2 times 2 times 2. 6 times you are going to do it. which gives you an answer of 64. Moving on quickly to the fourth rule, which is again a very important rule. If a is raised to a negative power, negative m, I can write it as 1 over a raised to the power of positive m. So for example, for the first one I had got an answer of 3 raised to negative 3. I can simply write it as 1 over 3 raised to positive 3. And now I can simplify it as 1 over 3 times 3 times 3, giving me an answer of 1 over 27. This law can work out the other way around as well. For example, if you are given a question of the kind 1 over 2 to the power of 5 or 2 raised to 5, you can simply write it as 2 raised to negative 5. This holds true for variables as well. So if I write m raised to negative 2, I can simply write it as m raised to the power of 2. The fifth rule involves the radicals, or the powers also you can call it as. For example, if I have something of the form a to the power of m over n, like a fraction, I can always write it as a raised to m times 1 over n. Now a raised to m should be written as it is, but 1 over n becomes a radical, and it becomes as a radical of nth power. To make the things more clear, let me write an example here. If I write 4 raised to 3 over 2, which is a fraction, I can always write it as 4 raised to 3 times 1 over 2, means the same as the question. Now I will write 4 raised to 3 as it is, and 1 over 2 becomes a radical of 2. This is nothing but a square root, which I can simply write it as square root of 4 cube, which is 64, and square root of 64 is nothing but 8. Now the final law or the rule is anything raised to the power of 0, for example a raised to the power of 0, becomes 1. I can also write it as n to the power of 0, this also becomes 1. I can use a number as well, 99 raised to the power of 0, this also gives you a 1. So for example, if you take 2 squared multiplied with 2 raised to 0, you're simply going to write it as 4 times 1, which gives you an answer of 4. So these are the 6 rules which you need to remember for the laws of indices. Thank you.